What I think is amazing about the suits is if you make the mistake and oversuit, you don't melt. And that just goes into, I think, the technology and the rubber and the fact that this isn't just like some big warm sweater. It's actually a real piece of equipment. I love wetsuits. For me and all the damage I put on my body, keeping warm is key. I'm not an overheater. I never get too hot. Best thing about these suits is if you oversuit, you make a mistake, they will punch up in weight. You wear a 2-2 and you're like, oh, I should have worn a 3-3. You'll be fine.
Right.
But, and I think this is the most amazing thing, and this just happened to me, and it happened to me this morning. I wore a short arm, and there was an upwelling last night. It was cold, but I was fine. The key, though, as well, is the mistake you make when you oversuit. And if you all of a sudden, you're out there at a 3-3 at a hood, these suits don't just sit there and heat you. The old school suits that were warm, they would just cook. And if you were in a 5-4-3, and you oversuited, your session's ruined.
Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it.
So Ed, you mostly surf around Manhattan Beach, right?
Yes.
That area?
Yeah.
What's like your number one go-to suit for that area?
It's the 3-3 hooded, no zip, 12 months a year. It is. I would say it is. And again, this goes back to the suit. The suit doesn't overheat you. I'm also a dawn patrol guy. And when I say dawn patrol in the summertime, 5:15 in the morning. I'm also it's a little windy and rough out there, but I can see gems, like sometimes they get so cross-windy that there's clean faces. And I will wear that suit because that hood keeps the wind off. It keeps the sun off. It allows you to go for longer sessions. And also, I'm pretty banged up. I put a lot of miles on this body. Keeps everything warm. I don't find myself tightening up. I don't find myself cramping up. I love ice baths, too. It's not like I don't like being cold. I'll strip my suit off and then go back in the water and do the ice bath.
A lot of people don't like the hood. Say it's too heavy, it gets in their way. Is that the same on the 3-3?
Again, not for me, but you got to remember, born and raised Ocean Beach, San Francisco. I was wearing when hoods were awful. When they or then when the hood was like this and you couldn't, you had to be like, what was that, Josh? Oh my God, look at the waves. Like and they gave you the rashes and they were nasty. But without them, you're in the car park. You're sitting there looking at everybody surf because you're too cold to surf.
I think on the 3-3, that hood's only like a 2 mil hood, right? It's really thin.
1.78.
Oh, 1.7.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So, I mean, and everyone that I've turned onto the suits, it becomes their favorite suit too, mainly because so many guys now are understanding the sun. Like the Australians always look ridiculous when you're in Indonesia. They were the first ones wearing these ridiculous surf hats and stuff, and they were the ones that wanted the rash guards. And I was like, you guys are kooks.
Yeah.
And then you go down and surf Australia, and you can almost see the hole in the ozone.
Blistering.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and you're like, this sun's different. This is awful. And so to me, that having that hood is so essential. What is the difference between a standard 3-2 and a 3-3 with a hood? I don't know. The no zip technology. Yeah, if you got to flush, you can flush. But again, I just think the suits, and this is personal preference, you can punch up in weight if you undersuit. They don't overheat if you oversuit. And the hood, to me, I think it's incredibly comfortable. Now, if I go to the 5-4 after a long time at Ocean Beach, my neck's got a lot of damage too. Then I kind of get a little bit sore on the neck.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But that's a thicker hood.
But but that's why you need that hood. And the thing is like everything about surfing in the cold sucks. I mean, I have trouble getting out of my booties. It's just sitting there like.
Well, I'm not. This all kind of goes back to him being a big pussy.
Yes, yes, I am.
You don't wear the 3-3.
He calls me a pussy. I love wetsuits. I couldn't surf north of the Golden Gate Bridge without a wetsuit. I've been in a wetsuit my whole life, 40-something years.
But you're at 70 in the Bay right now. 68.
The
right
Bay,
in the summer. Like up in Manhattan, in the.
South Bay. Yeah.
Bay.
No. This morning I bet was down to. It was probably 65, maybe 64.
Okay, and you'd wear a 2-2 in that.
Normally I wear a 2-2 and be super happy. I was in my short arm, no zip. To me, the two stars of the Isurus lineup are the 3-3 hooded and the 2-2 no zip short arm. Favorite suit, and I got in the water. I was like, oh. No, and then I saw a stingray, and I'm like, you know what? The omens are here. I should go back and just dry hair and get out of my wetsuit. No, I went out and surfed for 2 hours. Totally fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't. I will wear my long arm spring if I go to lowers or middles early in the morning.
Yeah.
But if I can't even wear right now, I surf Seattle in trunks for 2.5 hours. I'm fine.
Yeah, well,
But you know, it's always warmer there too.
Yeah.
And he's a tough guy.
Yeah,
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's true. I surfed Santa 2 weeks ago, and I only brought my 4.3.
Yeah,
You know, and your glove, the Isurus gloves.
and the booties.
Yeah, exactly.
The 2-2 I've seen now as people are starting to realize that you can wear that in the winter. You know, throughout. I mean, I wear it, but most people can't wear a 2-2 all winter.
Yeah.
You can wear it the thinner because of the technology, right?
100%.
People are starting to learn, and you know, like we were talking about, Michael just texted me, and you know, sometimes you have to teach people that zip free is a different way to get in. Like, did you have a tough time getting in those for the first few times, or did you just kind of?
I didn't, but I wrestle men, so
That could be the next episode. Oil
no.
and
The fact that people have trouble getting in and out of it is just one of those things.
It's just the
you have
first
to
few
kind of
times.
shimmy in.
But once you have it, once you
Yeah.
know, it's just by rote, and you can just do it so fast. And I think you were 100% right about the 2-2, because you think of those afternoons at Rincon, or you think of like, you know, the glass off at the Huntington Pier. That's not like winter. Like in Ocean Beach, San Francisco, like you'll come up with some days and it's sunny and it's gorgeous and people are out and it's like 70 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, offshore's blowing a little bit, and then you touch the water and you're like, oh, the water's 52. Yeah.
That's what I put my.
But
my
California, and probably like, you know, shoulder seasons on the East Coast, I really do think that's, you know, like we were talking about when I got to South Africa in August, which is their winter, and I thought for sure I was going to be freezing cold. The next thing I know, the suit I wore the most was the short arm, because it's the Indian Ocean, and even though it's winter, it's just a different, you know, there's cold seas and there's temperate seas, and I think SoCal, for the most part, is
You can get away with that.
You get away with it, yeah.
Too,
Yeah. Even like up at the ranch and you're on the boat and all of a sudden it's glasses off and you're just like, you don't need a.
Well, you're not going to go out for 3 hours. You're going to go get a quick hour and a half in. That's what
Yep.
most people say. I could do the 2-2 all year, even in the mid 50s, and it's cold, but it just isn't as long of a session.
Oh yeah.
Like I just can't. Like if I have an hour and I want to run out, I can wear the 2-2 all day long.
Oh, and then
But a little bit longer, it starts to. You know,
that makes sense.
So and sometimes that feels good on the old bones because like getting kind of cold brings the inflammation down, stuff like that
Right.
for sure.
Hence the ice baths.
Yep.